Oh no! Just the other day on Facebook, I put up a post showing two side-by-side images of different clients' expectations of what they consider to be a clean and tidy, ready-to-shoot property. Where I have the full spectrum of some landlords will be in there and they will be fussing endlessly about, oh, is this picture straight? Are this vase of flowers here? Should we put the vase of flowers there? Are the flowers facing the right way? Are the pillows at the right angle? And all that kind of stuff. You're like, no, the place is immaculate. It's perfect. The angle of that cushion on your sofa is not going to make any difference here. I like the effort you're going for here, but you're making more fuss than it actually has to be. So you're like, that's one end of the spectrum. And then you have the other end of the spectrum where you go in, there's dishes in the kitchen, there's towels on the floor, sanitary products all around the bathroom, and bin bags up to the ceiling. Beds unmade, and sometimes a bit of a whiffy whiff going on as well. And they'll be going, right, you cool, you taking the photos then? You're like, are you happy with me to take the photos? Because, like, did you know I was coming round? This doesn't look like you knew I was coming round. So yeah, sometimes you can have like immaculate fussing, total mess, thinking it's great. And that is just, sometimes you have to deal with clients that deal with that. But here is the more advanced answer to that. So Carol left me saying, so Dom, can I ask, what do you do in a situation like that where the house is messy? Do you shoot it as it is and supply the images as they are? Do you tidy up and then shoot? Or do you shoot and then declutter in Photoshop? Oh dear, nobody has that time to do that in Photoshop. I would love to know, because I'm usually confronted by mess, which I then set about tidying. I'm never sure what to do. I would love your advice. Okay, Carol, so in my example here, I was quite, how would I put it, forceful with the owners inside the property. I was like, this is not good enough. I was probably more forceful just because it's like, you've completely wasted my time. It's both myself, my system. We've driven all the way out here, we've parked, we've walked all the way here, my back is killing me, I've come up to the place and the place is an absolute tip. I'm not here to take photos of a messy property. You're trying to sell your property for a premium price, and you think just by having me come around, suddenly the photos have become magically good. No, you've got to make sure that the property is clean and tidy, and most importantly, tidy. Clean we can disguise quite a bit, but tidy. If you've got bin bags up to your ceiling, dishes in the sink and all that stuff, that is not my job to be doing that. I do not have the time to sit around and start tidying up somebody's house. In fact, just even talking about it gets me the rage. So So when it's a situation like that, and it's clear that the owners have no idea, sometimes I'll have a go at them. I'll just go, look, you're wasting my time, you're wasting your time, you're wasting the fact that the agents are having to put this online, they're going to have to send me back whenever you have tidied up the place. It's a waste of everyone's time. And I'm not going to take those photos and supply them to the agent, and then the agent go, oh, they're not good enough, can you go back and get it? The only reason I would take photos is so I can show the agent it's not in good enough condition, I'm going to have to come back in the future. If it is a freelance shoot, I will be charging for that whenever I go back to the agency. Unfortunately, the invoice goes to the agency, so the agency, A, should have been advising the clients to make sure that they knew definitely that I was coming around, and B, how to set up the property correctly. But also the agency may then have to pass on that cost to the actual client as well. So you just like kind of go, you're wasting everyone's time here, but I'm still going to make sure I charge for this. But the annoying thing is then an agency may kind of go, hey, why are we getting these double bills from this one photographer? It's like, well, you clearly haven't done your job. In terms of cleaning and tidying up places myself, again, that's not my job. And also, I don't necessarily know if I've got the authority to move certain things. Again, some of the times I go into properties and the properties are in a state which you kind of go, you're trying to sell this property and it's in this state. I don't think you knew I was coming round. And so therefore, the first thing I do is call up the agency and say, this property is not in condition for shooting. Do you want to arrange it with the owner? Do you want me to try and arrange it with the owner? Or do you want to just not do this? Or do you just want photos for purely hidden website kind of stuff that you're not actually going to put online? So if it is a kind of case of it looks like it hasn't been done, let's say I'm calling the agency, can't get hold of them, I'm not going to touch the contents which is within a person's property, unless it's something like it's a towel on a radiator and I can pick it up and put that there, take the photo, put the towel back, fine. Maybe it's a coat behind a door, some dressing gowns behind a door, absolutely fine. If it's somebody's dishes, if they're all in a tray and I can just lift the tray up and put it down, take the photo, lift the tray up, put it back, absolutely fine. If it's stuff that needs washed and it's in the sink and the sink's looking like it's got things floating around in it, I'm not going near that. And even to the point where I will not, unless the owner is there. So if I've just been given the keys to go in and shoot the property, I will not straighten pictures. For a very good reason. Exactly that in the past had happened once. I went, picture's not quite straight. It was obviously not straight. And I went, and it went, I was like, oh no! It was a massive, that size of picture frame in glass, held up by like a pin that size. And me thinking, hey, I'll just move it. It clearly must be totally bolted into the wall. It was hanging by an absolute... I reckon I could have just blown on the picture and it would have fallen down, and then it wouldn't be my problem. But it was just like, so I won't even touch a person's picture frames on the walls if I don't have either the... I think even if I've got the permission from the owner, I would say, no, owner, you can do that yourself. Because if something goes wrong, that's your own kind of, I don't want to have to deal with you kind of going, why is there glass all over the floor? It's like, well, maybe you should think about how you hang frames and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, to cram all that information back down into the original question. So one, if it's freelance, I will call up the agency and say what condition is and ask what they want me to do. They may still just want me to take some photos so they can have it in a file online kind of thing. Or they may well want the images to send to the client and say, look, these are the photos that were taken. We're not happy with them. You need to sort this out. And they will give advice to the client saying, yeah, move these bin bags, add some flowers, put in a fruit bowl, stuff like that. Two, I won't tidy up other people's stuff because I don't know if it looks like they don't know I'm there. The place should be absolutely immaculate for me going around. I don't want to be touching stuff which it looks like I may not have authority to do, and if anything goes wrong, I don't want it coming back to me. So I won't touch it. Thirdly, I've got an incredibly sore back, so if they say, oh yeah, can you just move the sofa? I'll be like, yeah, you can do that. Go for it. I'll stand here and watch you do that. That's not my job to be moving sofas around for the photos. I'm here as a professional photographer to take photos, get the angles, get the lighting, get the composition, not the interior designer, nor the upholsterer either. I'm the photographer, the editor, and the supplier of the images. And in all cases, yes, there will be a charge back to the agency for sending me out, because there's travel costs, there's parking costs, and there's just time costs. That will be done. That will be sent to the agency. So even if it is a total mess, call them up, advise them that it's not good. They may still tell you to shoot some stuff, but there will still be a charge. It's never a case of, oh, it's a complete mess. I've done all that driving, all the organising of picking up keys, the gaining access, and then getting in the phone calls and all this. I'll do that for free. You know, I don't need to pay. I don't need to charge for that. You do. Everything needs to be charged for. Because in the end, the only thing that the clients can complain about are aspects of your photos which you have control of. Your lighting, your colour, your composition, your positioning, all that kind of stuff. They can't complain, hey, why didn't you move the rubbish bags that were on my bed? They're your thing to deal with. So there you go, that's my advice. I hope that helps. Cheers, bye-bye.